The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Alert!
Now a first down throw. Watson to Mixon on the check down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Check 43. 24. Mike 59. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Here's Watson. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Mixon with a first down carry. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Reset. 51. Watch QB draw. Walk him now. At 31.
On first down, Watson. He's got Smith here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Jefferson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a give, right side. Jefferson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
41's got it. 41's the mic. 3 buck.
from the shotgun. Here's White. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, then the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Watch the out.
Back to Mixon on first down. And an alley to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Finish that! 19! Come on, D.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check 56. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full streak.
Watson on 3rd down. Quick hitter here is complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Hey, 31! 56 to Mike.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this one complete to Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
So we got man. Alert, alert.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Off the bootleg. White. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, watch the slant.
Now White with a first down throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught at the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's White. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, come on, now. Come on, now. And pass. Check 24. Check 24.
Watson on first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Double dog. That's the way.
Down, coming.
56, Mike, 56.
Throwing again is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Get him. 33. Cut.
3rd and long, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Watch it.
White looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Motion out of the backfield. 41's the mic. Silver.
White operating from the gun. Looking long for Thomas. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Motion. '56 the mic. 56. 55. Watch the screen. 55. Whip. Watch the whip. 56.
After the interception, here's Watson. Fighting through pressure. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 22.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else. End up going,
oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Yeah, that's how we do, D. 50 seconds. Right there, 56.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Buying time to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw on second down, here's White. Pressure comes and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. White now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This will be taken at the 10. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A shotgun snap for Watson. Complete. Smith has it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10, and all the way down to the 5. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. On 1st and 10, White. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to face a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, White. This is Donnell with a grab. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Needed more than 3, but that's all they got. And it's 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, White. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now White. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Now White, throwing on 3rd and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
24!
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson, he's got Fuller. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
51, 51 the mic, boy, 51.
After the run, Watson gonna throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson, operating from the gun. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Push him back.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's a run with Mixon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Watch the twins. It's free.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. But this is caught at the 20. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now White. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Slam. Right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
Check it to 6. Pull it. Run it.
From the shotgun, here's White. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On second down, Jefferson. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Here's White from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. To throw is White. Throwing on 4th down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Set, 19. Check 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Houston, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's another week, another loss as they fall now to 0-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.